We're getting a good red currant crop this year, just a few of them there. They grow on these strings, and we're going to be making some red currant jelly. Now normally I would stick the whole lot of that into the jam pan, and this time however I'm going to strip these from the stalks because I'm going to use the pulp that's left over to add into another type of jam, so certainly don't want the stalks in. So if you want to make red currant jelly, this is what you have to do. Well, add your red currants to your jam pan. Don't bother stripping from the stalks if you're not going to bother using the pulp for anything else. But if you are going to use the pulp, then obviously strip them. But get them into the jam pan and then cover them with water. Red currants are very high in pectin, so it's okay to add water to this fruit. Then bring them up to the boil. Once it's come up to the boil, turn the heat down and let it simmer for a couple of hours. You want to reduce the amount of liquid by at least a quarter and make sure that all the fruit has pulped. This has now been simmering away for a couple of hours. Fruit's now broken up, turned into a pulp, so this is now ready to be strained. It's now been straining for a few hours, so the liquid is ready to be measured and to go into the jam pan. When it comes up to the boil, you need to add a kilo of sugar for every litre of liquid. Once it's back up to heat, keep it on a rolling boil until you get to the setting point. Well, to test for the setting point, just put a dollop of the liquid on the plate there, and as with red currants, as they normally are, they have lots of pectin in, so they produce very easily a skin over the surface. So once it does that, then that means it's ready to go into sterilised jars. That's one of the 11 jars I've just made, and I'm going to put it down because it's very hot. It has just come out of the pan now. So it's a very tart fruit, and you get that tartness in the jam as well. You can try and smother the tartness by adding in more sugar, but why spoil the taste of it? But it makes an excellent jelly, very versatile. I like it spread on fresh bread, but you can have it with cold meats and smoked fish as well. So it's up to you how you try it, but it's a very easy jelly to make because the red currants are packed full of pectin, so it's going to set very easily. I've put the pulp into the jam pan there, separate jam pan, and it's got things like rhubarb, raspberries, some black currants in there, and a few cranberries as well. And this is going to be a summer fruit jam, and it uses up the pulp, so it's not wasted, but there's also some pectin left in that pulp, as there is in the black currants, so that should help this jam to set. That's one of the 21 jars of what we call summer fruit jam that we've made. So it's a good way of using up the pulp from making the red currant jelly, and indeed when you make other jellies as well, when you've strained off the liquid, you have that pulp left over. Don't throw it out, use it to make another jam. It's got pectin in it, and therefore it's good with things like blackberries or raspberries, and this has raspberries and rhubarb, which have no pectin in, but it's good with them because it provides the pectin for that jam to set.